They also have a lot of online software, Google Drive, Google Hangouts, Gmail, both IMAP and POP services, Inbox for email applications for phones, a URL shortener, Google Keep, which will take note services like Evernote, keep track of your research papers, etc. as you're organizing things, Google Play Music, Google Plus for social networking, and Poly to do 3D models. Google Profile can help you control your online appearance. Google Sites is a wiki-based page creation tool to help you create your websites without a programmer. SMS Channels will allow you to do video over SMS protocols in India using RSS feeds. Google Voice uses VoIP. A VoIP telephone system, voice over internet protocol, is typically very expensive. So Google Voice here would be competing with VoIP telecommunications systems. And those systems are currently very expensive. So if Google can do it a lot cheaper over the internet instead of over dedicated phone lines, which run a time-shared approach instead for their protocol, that would be a major business that we would lose. Google Fonts has been around forever to give you choices of fonts. Google Ventures allows you to try and find venture capital funds for a business. Google Classroom does content management systems competing with Blackboard. Blackboard costs are enormous per year. Universities pay a ton of money, and high schools, etc., pay a ton of money for Blackboard content management systems, and Google Classroom competes with that. Google Cloud Search, at least we're back to the searching here. The G Suite business customers can search across their G Suite products. So some of Google's efforts are still in improving searching, but they're spreading out to a lot more. Now, you could argue that this is, in fact, restricting innovation and development of businesses in the United States. And that might be the reason for declining innovation. However, Google is on one of the lists of the highest innovating companies. Very difficult to parse this. That's why I went through the cars and the previous histories of antitrust. When is it antitrust? When is it anti-competition? And when is it survival? Cloud searching and searching, Google knew would get pretty acceptable. Everyone would have a program that did it, and they had to be able to move into different fields to stay alive. So they cast a very wide umbrella to try and see what other areas they could, in fact, dominate. So they have development tools. Google App Engine will write and run applications for you. Google developers use and share open source codes and APIs. Dart is a structured web programming language. Flutter is a mobile cross-platform development tool for both iOS and Android. Go is a concurrent programming language that they use. Open Social are APIs for social apps. So trying to break up Facebook's control. Page speed, optimize web performance, a little bit still in their main original efforts. Web Toolkit is Java software development for Ajax applications in Java. So it didn't make it. Sitemap protocol supports to be able to do your sitemaps better on your web pages. Translator toolkits to be able to move your applications to foreign languages. Once again, it seems like they're just helping us out. Are they helping us out, or are they cornering the market? Security tools, reCAPTCHA, preventing bots from accessing websites. I really wish they had built a better security tool. I cannot read reCAPTCHA to save my soul. Safe browsing. They have blacklist services so you can not go back to a web page you went to once before. Titan Security Kit gives you security tokens so that they compete with other security companies. They have lots more available tools. They have Google Maps, Google Street View, competing directly with ArcGIS, who built all of that technology. So ArcGIS built the technology. Google Maps is in direct competition with them. I tried to use both Google Maps and ArcGIS for a project. You have to pay for ArcGIS, although its price is down significantly from what it used to be. Used to be a ton more money per year, but because Google Maps are free, they've had to bring their prices down. Is that good for the country? Probably. Anyways, Google Maps was not as easy to use. It did not have as many nice features. ArcGIS had a more intuitive development because they had been at it longer. Google My Maps will build social customs maps. Google Maps Gallery will allow you to look at maps other people have built. Google Mars is just like Google Maps on the Earth, only on Mars. Same with Google Moon and Google Sky. So you have maps of all these different things. Google Transit gives you public transportation trip planning. That's good because we want people to use public transportation. The Santa tracker is very important if you have children. The zygote body is a 3D map through the human body telling you all the different components. They do have a consortium with Chrome, and you can build with Chrome, and they have a consortium between Legos and Google to build worlds with Legos. And they have Smarty Pins, a geographical trivia game. They provide a lot of statistical tools. Google Analytics does traffic statistics. Google Consumer Services do market-based survey tools. Google Correlate searches patterns for trends, which is their primary core business originally, which is to extend that search pattern to be able to get metadata. Freebase is an open structured data format. I think that this is not going to happen. I know what they were trying to do. I know what CDF was trying to do, all these different open structured data things. I think we're going to have our closed data warehouses and then sort of an intermediate language that allows moving between them better. Google Fusion Tables gather and visualize data. Cool one, Google Ngram Viewer does year-by-year frequencies of comma delimited, this supposed to be comma delimited strings in Google's text corpora. Maybe those words need explanation. A corpora is a library, a repository of text online. So Google has a ton of text. And they're seeing comma delimited strings inside of their text corpora. And an n-gram, this comes from Shannon's bigrams. Shannon, who's a brilliant computer scientist, was looking at how much information is actually in a word. It's important. Shannon entropy will be used, based on n-grams, will be used to do most AI for decision trees. So so the point is I need to define a 2-gram in order to define an n-gram. So Shannon built an original 2-gram, and the 2-gram was just 2 letters together. So if I look at gather, GA is a 2-gram, AT is a 2-gram, TH is a 2-gram, HE is a 2-gram, and ER is a 2-gram. And Shannon wanted to know, if I just gave you the GA, could you guess the rest of the word? And you're given everything before it, so you have context. So if I just give you the GA, is it enough? I give you the GAT, is it enough? If I give you the GATH, are you going to be able to guess it's a gather? So 2 grams were extended to n-grams. They're usually related to characters and or words, but the idea of a comma delimited string is pretty cool. And so a comma delimited string with 2 entries would be a 2-gram for strings etc. And they have an analyzer of the comma delimited strings in Google's text corpora. And comma delimited strings are frequently used to represent concepts other than just what words represent, including mathematical relationships. So this is still related to their core task. Google Public Data Explorer, this one is actually very nice. Public data sets published by the World Bank, OECD, Eurostat, etc., are enormously detailed studies across the world of different characteristics, such as the quality of schools in different countries, who teaches their primary language better, who teaches mathematics better, which countries are moving up in mathematics, which countries are moving down, etc. These data sets are enormously useful. So to provide a search engine just for those very important data sets was a very nice improvement to their search. TensorFlow, machine learning service to simplify neural network design. So you want to build a neural net, you can use TensorFlow to help you if you don't know how to do the whole thing. Google Trends are graphing tools for web search analysis. Google Activity Report are monthly statistics about your website activities. So of course they're moving into website support more, as are Amazon, Microsoft, etc. Google also has a significant number of operating systems that it has developed and then sold. That is also outside of its primary task. It is competing with lots of computer science corporations, however, so unless it uses its platform for unfair marketing, it'll be okay. None of the major corporations have been able to avoid that I can't remember the word, temptation. So they built the Android operating system, the Chrome operating system, the Wear OS. In case you guys don't know what smart clothes are, you know what smart watches are, but they have clothes that actually have electronic circuits woven into them. They can charge your phone, they can run programs, they can talk, they can transport their information through mechanical means to local devices using different protocols. So they have built a Wear OS. They have Android Auto for the Open Automotive Alliance. This is a little scary. Cars are now run by computers, and driverless cars will have two components. One is its own business, and one is how it shares its plans with all other cars on the road. And so Android Auto is designed so that all of those cars can talk together nicely, whether or not they're built by the same company. Of course, by publishing such a standard, you're also allowing other people who might have nefarious motives to be able to also talk to your network. They built Google TV, Android TV, Glass OS for Google Glass, which is heads-up display, Google Fuchsia for laptops and smartphones that was not released. Point is, they're in the operating system business as well.